Singapore is one of the most expensive cities on Earth, yet most of its citizens own their homes. So how did Singapore solve its housing crisis? Many countries struggle with housing affordability. Prices continue rising year after year, but Singapore followed a very different path. Today, nearly every Singaporean family has access to housing. Public housing dominates the landscape, and it plays a key role in national stability. To understand this success story, we must travel back in time to the early years of modern Singapore. In the 1960s, Singapore faced a serious housing crisis. Large parts of the population lived in poor conditions. Safe housing was in short supply. Rapid population growth created immense pressure. Cities became overcrowded, and housing shortages worsened. The government knew action was necessary. Housing became a national priority. A bold solution was about to begin. The Housing and Development Board was established. Its mission was simple but ambitious: build homes quickly and affordably. Thousands of apartments were built, then tens of thousands more followed. The housing transformation had begun. Within a few decades, Singapore changed dramatically. Millions gained access to modern housing, and the nation created a new model for the world. Building homes was only the first step. The next challenge was affordability. People needed a way to buy them. Singapore introduced a unique system. Workers regularly contributed to national savings. These funds would later help them buy homes. Every month, employees saved part of their income. Employers also contributed additional funds. Together, these savings supported future homeownership. This system made housing more accessible. Families could use their savings instead of relying entirely on bank loans. Homeownership became a national objective. Millions gained the opportunity to buy, and long-term stability increased. These are not just apartment buildings. Entire communities were carefully planned. Schools, parks, and services were included. Transportation was also important. New housing was connected to public transit, making daily life more convenient. The goal was more than shelter. The government wanted thriving communities where families could build their future. Unlike many countries, public housing was not treated as temporary housing. It became part of mainstream society. This approach transformed the nation. Homeownership rates climbed steadily, and Singapore became a global housing success story. One reason for Singapore's success is land control. The government owns most of the country's land. This gives planners greater control over development. Land can be allocated strategically. New housing projects can be planned efficiently, and long-term growth becomes easier to manage. Instead of waiting for private developers alone, the government actively guides housing expansion, helping maintain a steady supply of homes. Housing demand is monitored carefully. Future needs are projected years ahead, allowing authorities to plan accordingly. Entire neighborhoods are designed as complete communities. Residents have access to essential services without traveling long distances. Transportation is integrated into housing plans. Most residents live near public transit, reducing dependence on private vehicles. Homeownership became a national goal, not just an individual achievement, but part of nation building itself. As the economy expanded, housing development continued alongside growth, creating stability for millions of residents. Today, Singapore's housing model attracts global attention. Many countries study its success, hoping to learn valuable lessons. But no system is perfect. Singapore's model also faces challenges, and critics have raised important questions. Despite its success, challenges still exist. Housing affordability remains an important issue, especially for younger generations. Property prices have increased over time. Many first-time buyers feel pressure, particularly in popular locations. Demand for housing remains strong. Applications often exceed available units, creating competition among buyers. Another unique feature is the lease system. Most public housing is sold on long leases, rather than permanent ownership. As leases grow older, questions about future property values emerge, and long-term planning becomes important. Experts continue debating the system. Some believe reforms may be needed to address future challenges. Younger Singaporeans face different realities. Living costs have increased, and expectations continue to evolve. Economic growth brings many benefits, but it can also create new pressures. Housing is no exception. Many governments admire Singapore's achievements, yet copying the model is not simple. Every country faces different conditions. Singapore's success depends on many factors. History, geography, and policy all played a role, making the model difficult to replicate exactly. Many countries face growing housing problems. Affordability is declining across the world, and millions struggle to buy a home. Young adults are feeling the pressure. Home prices continue rising faster than incomes, making ownership harder to achieve. Singapore offers valuable lessons. Long-term planning can make a difference, and housing requires consistent strategy. A steady supply of housing is essential. Without enough homes, prices often move higher. Housing is more than buildings. It shapes communities and opportunities, and affects quality of life. Singapore demonstrated what is possible when housing becomes a national priority and long-term goals guide policy. For millions of Singaporeans, homeownership became a reality, not just a distant dream. The housing story is still evolving. New challenges will continue to emerge, and future solutions will be needed. Yet Singapore remains one of the world's most studied examples. Its housing system transformed a nation and changed millions of lives. Singapore did not eliminate every housing problem, but it proved that large-scale solutions are possible, and that may be its greatest lesson for the world.